Hey, good evening, everybody. So this is let's see, I'll just have to say, okay, first of all, my apologies. Our Sarah can't make it again because unfortunately she just came down with COVID, like so many people are these days, and that's unfortunate. So feel really sad about that. And I was looking forward to seeing her tonight. Um, But what can I say? I wish her that she gets better soon. And sorry to hear that she's got COVID. I do want to say apologies for last week that I did not have, I don't know, couldn't figure out my audio issues and worked through that. In fact, I'm not exactly sure what I did, but it's fixed now. So here we go. You can hear me. I'm pretty sure because I was just chatting with somebody a minute ago. Welcome to Bridge. This is an historic evening simply because we've never done this before. In all the years, like 8.5 years, something like that, we have had technical issues. It's pretty much a common thing we're surprised when we don't have technical issues, but we somehow have managed to work through them every single time except last week. Of course, I was alone and I'm the tech guy, but I wasn't able to do it. Anyway, so here we are. I'm doing it alone for the first time. Yeah, last week was the first time, but this week I'm going to succeed and we're going to have a good screening. We've got eight, eight films, I think. Yeah. Um, and filmmakers in the house, and we're ready to go. And so let's see a couple of things. Yeah, if you're new to this, which I imagine some people might be, Minute Movies is a group where we encourage filmmakers to make films about a minute long, up to a couple minutes long, and we give you a prompt that's one word that we randomly select at the end of each screening once a month, and it's kind of the anti challenge, film challenge, because we've done a couple of film. Sarah and I did a couple film challenges years ago, and it was just so intense, and it takes so much effort, and it's like this short window of time. So we thought, well, we'll do the reverse of that. Give people a simple prompt, give them a whole month, and it's ongoing the whole year, the whole time. So if you miss 1 month, it's easy. You can make your film or even tweak the content and make it apply to the theme for the following month. And so we welcome one and welcome all from all over the world, all over the country. We've actually got a filmmaker going to be coming in from Chicago a little bit later. But as it is, let me welcome Jason. Jason has been with us for a little while, but actually, hey, how's it going, Jason?
Good. How are you?
Real good. So cool to see you once again. And
Same.
I don't know. Do you have any thoughts about your impression of how we're going with Minute Movies?
I, Minute Movies is one of those things that it's probably one of my fondest memories. Coming here from Detroit 6 years ago now, so that's like one of the very first things I did is I just kind of like landed at the Seattle Film Institute one night for a docu-talk because I was working on a documentary and met some really good people and some great friends and the Minute Movies thing was something I was already just kind of like making random movies anyway, so it was a great outlet for it for me to show my stuff and meet some people and get to see it on a big screen. And, it's a little different now, but hopefully we get to
Yeah,
go back to that big screen at some point. But
yeah, we might. We're talking with Seattle Film Institute again, so that might actually happen, and we'll do figure out a hybrid, so we can do it
Right.
like combo of like as if we don't have enough technical issues. We're gonna like set ourselves up for
Yeah.
more challenges in so doing it live in studio, and then Sarah, who is the host, will be virtual because she's now in Wisconsin, and um, but so she'll be up on the big screen. We'll figure it out.
Like the
So
Wizard of Oz.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So you got a film come tonight. You're the first filmmaker, and curious if you have words that you'd like to share with us about your film
Yeah,
before we watch it.
this is an interesting film. It's a good example of how you sort of tweak your content because the big part of this film was originally for the box one. I missed it because the type of project I decided to do was full of so many different technical things that it just took too long to render and put together. So let me set it up. The first part is from an older, I guess, a couple of months back, minute movies that I did where um, I took a bunch of old Perlinger like propaganda films and sort of repurposed them, sort of kind of chopped them up and kind of made them say my own type of thing because it's an easy project to do. You get public domain stuff and you kind of edit it together and you still get to make a film. And I added some 3D graphics to it that I whipped together and that type of thing. And then I showed it in mini movies. And this one, I wanted to kind of flip it around, and instead of it being like a propaganda film that we're all watching, the story is it's a propaganda film that somebody on a spaceship is watching, and then they get caught, and that's where the box thing came in. But also, any of you who have seen any of my stuff before, you know that I like to play around with virtual reality. So this was made by me projecting the screen into a virtual environment. It's 360 degrees, stereoscopic 3D model, and then it's just a holographic screen that you're watching. And then when you flip around, you see the bad guy that I play. Because I don't have any access to any other actors. Anybody else here want to act for me? Just let me know. We could have some fun together. But anyways, and then I just flattened the whole thing out. This is something that you could put a VR headset on and watch and experience in a completely different way. But for minute movies, I made a custom cut for it. So I guess that's probably enough of a setup.
Sweet, cool. Well, so here's I'll just have to. That's rad. So we're gonna watch it next, but I'm gonna say that because Sarah's not here and this is the first like I'm hosting, I just I'm silly. I just remembered I did an intro way back, before COVID. I used to do intros like all the time, and then which I did one this month, which normally I would have played already just before I brought you on, but I don't know, whatever. I'm not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play your film, and then we're gonna go to the intro after your. Well, we'll talk to you, and then I'll go to the intro later. But anyway, just so you know.
All right, everyone do it.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Share. So Sarah normally does all this. So. Um,
It's been over 6 centuries since we left our home on ancient Earth. It hasn't been easy, but we've achieved the incredible with determination, ingenuity, and embracing a set of enlightened values. fundamental practical values like equity and justice for everyone, the love of curiosity and expression, and most of all, the center of diversity in all its forms is a pillar of interstellar society. But a new storm has rolled across our skies, and we'll need those values more than ever. A storm in the form of a despotic interstellar aggressor with a self-appointed God King at its throne. I'm talking, of course, about the simplicity, ruled by an ancient enemy of humanity from old Earth's past, known then as the A algorithm, but now calling itself, himself, the Eternal. Just what is the simplicity as conceived by its founders and as it has turned out in practice?
Well, look who I caught exposing themselves to contraband. You just hold still while Bob Alpha purges the infection from your mind. Look into the box. Hail the Eternal.
Hey, oh, you're muted.
Wow.
There you go.
I'm still figuring out all the buttons. Sarah normally pushes all the buttons. Oh wait, let's see. Speaking of Sarah, I just got a message from her. Oh, she said she tells me good luck with Minute Movies. Yep. I should tell her she should watch it on YouTube, but okay. Anyway, that was rad. Or is it okay that I looked into the box? I mean,
Yeah, I mean you're
You'll-
deprogrammed now. You're
deprogrammed from what?
from you're gonna fully accept capitalism now. I mean,
Oh.
you'll fully.
Well, I never not
following
accepted it, did I?
Yeah.
It was always
No,
a thing,
you
right?
didn't. You're a good citizen.
Oh, good. Yeah. I always was. I thought I always was. I didn't know that it, yeah, okay. Yeah, deprogrammed. That was rad. Yeah, you did a really good job. It's all stock footage, or except for some of your live action. Your crazy mug that you were
Yeah,
the
the
dude.
propaganda part was all a bunch of kind of U.S. military propaganda films, and like there's some training films from the 50s or 40s or something like that. They're all in this. If you go to archive.org, there's this thing called the Perlinger Archives, which is one single guy collecting a whole bunch of public domain stuff, most of which is like declassified training films and stuff from World War II and World War and stuff. And a lot of it is just kind of like, a little ugly, little values that I don't like, and so I kind of wanted to kind of like rearrange and recut and remix those things to say different things. And that was the original project. All the stuff projected on the screen was that, except for I obviously superimposed a couple of different, 3D graphics.
Yeah.
The mask was actually just an actual mask that I shot.
The
At Minute
the
Movies
red
Mask.
the red one at the end.
No,
that
that
flashed, or-
okay. So that's an interesting story. That's actually that's a piece of artwork that the Mid-Journey Art AI put together. All of those things at the end in the credits, including the Minute Movies title card at the end, were put together by artificial intelligence.
I wanted to thank you so much. Those were like you sent a folder full of PDFs that
Yeah.
were like that, and that was so rad. I love that.
Yeah, I just had a lot of fun putting them together. Just kind of like basically what I would do is I would feed it links to old movie posters, and then describe a Minute Movie poster, and it kind of cranked the stuff out. I don't know what the legal status of AI art is going to be in the future. I know it's getting really hot right now, but they're fun to look at,
Yeah,
Definitely.
it was pretty cool. I
Yeah.
I just remember, like last, I was thinking about putting together a just slideshow of those guys, of those pieces, and
They're the aspect ratio of like a mobile phone, so
yeah,
maybe that's one of those things that you put out on the Twitter feed or whatever and said, here's a wallpaper, Minute Movies wallpaper, you know, something like that. I
yeah,
don't know.
sweet.
It's just,
Those are
it's just
cool.
the
I
aspect
love it.
ratio that I had, so
Yeah.
you know.
Cool. Well, let's see. You got a few comments. Nice editing. Uh, Tom wants to wonder if you can stop looking at the box now.
Say it again. I didn't quite hear what you said.
Can we stop looking at the box now?
Yeah.
Um,
That box was an interesting challenge. I motion tracked that to my head in 3D, so stereoscopic and stuff.
oh, cool.
There aren't any tutorials that tell you how to do it for stereoscopy, and so it was fun to figure it out.
So Jeff was complimenting your audio mix. Really made it.
My what?
The audio that you mixed together really made the piece work. Tom said that he really thought it was a great story and legit special effects coming from Warner or Jimmy Batonsky. Yeah. No, I enjoyed that. That was a pretty solid piece. AI. Little creepy.
It's supposed to be
but
super creepy. It's interesting. Is like sometimes I find that like when I'm lacking all of the perfect storytelling skills, if I just lean extra into the creepy stuff, and that's all like a bunch of tropes and weird noises and strange lighting and stuff,
yeah,
it's easier,
it's true.
That could just be me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's the simple add music and then it kind of, I always feel like if the film can work without like special transitions between the cuts and without music, then it's great. And then when you add those things on top of it, it's just kind of fills it out even better. But
Yeah, if it's appropriate.
but if it doesn't work without those cuts, then music and special edits, can actually make it work. But no, I loved it. That was awesome. So cool. So thank you. And look forward to seeing more of your fantastic work, and really happy to have you back.
Yeah, it's always good to be here.
Thank you. So let's see. Cool. So talk to you later, man. All right, just me again. So here's my intro that was I forgot to put on at the very beginning. So happened to be bridge was the random topic, but also randomly a local bridge that's been out of commission for quite a while, since like the pandemic started, basically. It finally came back online, and so did my intros. Fancy that, just coincidentally. So that's the yeah, that'll be the lead in to the intro, and here we go.
Bridge. So there's bridges here in Seattle.
Yeah,
We just went over
Seattle
several.
Bridge.
Oh my God! Thank God it's open.
We are very excited to be back. It's been a long time coming.
Oh my gosh, about time. Yeah. We like that.
Makes us feel a lot more connected now than we were before.
Anything that can bridge you with another person is a good thing. So I would say bridges are fun to be on, fun to look at, so positive.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Freedom, yeah.
Being a bridge between worlds, being like bridge between East and West, bridge between generations.
Friends, yeah. Being able to go see people that we haven't been able to see.
Oftentimes people act as bridges for others.
Yeah, no, I'm happy it's open. It's been a long time coming.
It's a good thing. Bridges seem like a good thing today.
You can get so focused on trying to get other people across that you yourself forget that you have to learn the lesson too, and you have to go to the other side of the bridge.
I'll probably still go the old way, West Marginal. Now that all the other people on the bridge, I'll have it to myself.
How's it going? So let's see. Yeah, I just noticed silly edit in that the credits. I'll have to fix that later. So let's see who is up next. I'm gonna look at the playlist, and oh yeah, Kirk, you ready to come on, boy?
How's it going?
Oh, Jason.
Am I unmuted?
Yes, you're good.
Excellent.
All right, here we go.
Cool.
How are you doing?
Well, so I guess, yeah, regarding my short, a couple of things that I'll say about it. One is that I cheated just a little bit because
just a little
bit, yeah. Because so
Isn't
the
that
thing
what
is
filmmaking's
that
all about.
yeah, as I've said before, I just roll with whatever the first thing that comes to my mind is. And for whatever reason, the first thing that came to my mind was that bridge would make a really cool alias for a spy.
Oh yeah.
And so that's what I went with. And so it really could have been anything. I mean, so it's not very tightly coupled with the theme this month. But that's what I
but close enough, isn't it?
Yeah, but close enough.
Yeah.
And then the second thing that I'll say is that the PC that I edit from doesn't have speakers. I just have headphones. And I didn't notice that the audio level was so low
okay.
until after I'd already submitted it. And so, yeah. So
but you had a whole week to fix it.
I did, but I've got this rule. That I never touch something once I submit it. And
it's a good idea.
Yeah, because otherwise I'd go insane.
Yeah, right. I know.
Because I'd constantly be tinkering with it. And so once I submit it, it's done.
That's a good rule.
Yeah. So yes,
Unless,
so it's a spy story,
okay.
about Mr. Bridge, which is the title of the piece, Mr. Bridge, and the audio's too low, so
Should we watch it?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, let's push all the buttons. Here we go. Oops.
We've been preparing for Medusa for nearly 3 years now, and need I remind you, this is not the first man we've lost to it. Failure to continue would not only put to waste all of our efforts and sacrifices, but would also set us back by a decade, at least.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Any chance of Medusa's success was killed with Mr. Rook. To even suggesting that you could just replace him, you have to assume that the operation's been hopelessly compromised.
Mr. Knight
I
is...
don't care what Mr. Knight knows or doesn't know. It doesn't
Mr.
matter. Are
Knight
you
is
he doesn't
fully
have the
capable
are you
of
listening to me? He doesn't have the relationship necessary with the contact.
I know
It
what
took
you're
them
saying,
over a year to
but a
build that
contact at this
relationship. A
point
year.
can't back
You can't
away.
just throw someone else
gotta
in
work
and
with
expect it to
whomever we
work.
tell him
It's
to.
insane.
And about the operation being hopelessly compromised.
I'm going to need you to call Mr. Bridge. Of course.
Hey.
Hey.
All the buttons.
There we go.
Yeah. Wow. That was awesome.
Well, thank you.
Nice story there, like intrigue and tension and chase scene, explosions.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you just cranked it up as super high or what, but the audio seemed better to me than just playing it directly from my YouTube channel. So
Okay, cool. I always just crank the audios. I wish I had better control because I don't like max it. I like being able to like set it, like
yeah,
dials. But I find that there's so many. Uh, yeah. Anyway, I always just crank the video, the audio up. It sounded good. Yeah, I could definitely hear that. Even the quiet, pieces where there were. So you pulled it off. I was just talking to Jason about music being like a trope that kind of blends over and fixes, like keeps people interested, even if, but you didn't use music. And
no, never.
yeah. And I'm curious if you thought about that or what went into that consideration.
No, after I'd completed it, I thought about potentially having some kind of music over the end credits. But ultimately just ran out of time and didn't invest heavily into that thought.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Music is oftentimes the last thing you do, isn't it?
Yeah. But for the rest of it, I don't think that music would have added anything. I think it would have detracted.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I always like your sensibility of filmmaking. It seems like you're am I wrong? Like you're self study. You've
Yeah, very much so.
studied a
Yeah.
lot of films. You've got a lot of pretty good like a library of films in your head that you refer to, and so that seems to have served you well. I mean, it seems like your
Well, thank you.
pacing is always tension. The genre, the bits. The things that seem like you do a good job. So let's see
Thanks.
some of the comments. Jason was he liked the performance by Mr. Blue Shirt.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
a really good job there.
yeah. Philip Silva, a friend of mine from church, he did
Okay.
just an excellent job in that role.
Yeah, thought so too. Tom likes your visuals and story and acting. It's all good. Kudos from Tom Ballard and Tom Wells. That guy in the blue shirt should do this professionally.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has studied acting.
Has he? Okay, cool.
Yeah. He's not currently working in that profession, but he has studied acting to some extensive degree.
So when Jeff says the interview scene, nicely done, solid acting, audio levels way better than you thought. So yeah.
Yeah.
And Charlie loves the story. Great
Thanks.
story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah. It's fun stuff. Sweet. Well, any parting words?
Oh, let's see here. Oh, so just a couple of things about the short. So one was that I took the opportunity to use my anamorphic lens adapter on my iPhone. So that was shot anamorphic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was cool.
Interesting.
Which is why you see the horizontal, you know, lens flares in the first scene in the parking
Okay.
garage.
So describe, for people who may not be familiar,
Yeah, certainly.
what that
Um,
is.
so basically, when television started getting big, movies needed to find a way to intrigue people to come to the movies, instead of just staying at home and watching whatever they wanted from the comfort of their living room. And one of the things that they came up with was the concept of widescreen. And there was basically two different ways of accomplishing widescreen that were commonly used. The first was simply cropping the image, so that it was a different aspect ratio, but fundamentally the image was just smaller. The second way of doing it was by using a special kind of lens that took the image and squashed it laterally, but fit it into the same profile as a normal 4:3, or actually 1:375 to 1, the Academy ratio, that
The cylindrical lens.
television, your television would be. But then when that same piece of film was projected at theaters, they would use um, a projector that had a lens that would spread it back out, and so it was a higher resolution image than you could natively capture,
On your standard
otherwise.
35 millimeter film.
Yeah. And so I have a anamorphic lens adapter for my iPhone, so that I can just clip this lens over the top of my iPhone, and it does that same thing. It takes the image and it just squashes it laterally. And then in post, I simply stretch it out so that it's the right aspect ratio.
Cool.
The second thing was that I got a library of what are called LUTs, or lookup tables, 70 of them, which I got to play around with for this short.
And what are the
And
LUTs?
a LUTs is, think of it as basically like a filter. It's something that you apply
it's like
to
for
the
color.
Yeah. So it's something that
Look
you
and
would,
feel.
something you would apply to the video that would give it exactly a specific look and feel. And so for this one, I applied one LUTs, which made it look like it was shot on Kodak Portra 400 film. And then I applied another LUTs that gave it a look similar to the show Stranger Things.
Huh. Okay.
And so
was that the name of the LUT?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it was a combination of those two LUTs applied at varying degrees. I didn't apply them at their full intensity, but just kind of moderated their application a little bit to just give a good what I thought was a good look.
Cool. Well, we'll have to take a look at that. So another thing I'd share about the anamorphic, you can look a lot of films, like they still use them, but then it was a telltale sign, so you can see kind of as a cinematographer, at night, like night scenes, like when the lights are behind the actors and they're defocused and they're blurred, you can tell they had an anamorphic film when that blur is actually an oval.
Oval, yeah,
instead of
when
a circle. And
yeah,
it's not something you really think about or notice, but when you see it, you'll kind of, oh yeah, they were
yeah,
used
exactly.
it's a cylindrical
Yeah, whether
lens.
it's a spherical lens or an anamorphic lens.
Yeah, yeah. So where did you get your LUTs? Those lookup tables?
Yeah, so I got they were free. I
Okay.
found well, they were sort of free. I yeah, so I
Download as
had
many things
to
as you want for a month, and then
yeah, well no, so what it was is that basically I ended up getting on this guy's text list. And so he texts me all the time with
Oh.
offers, things like that. And so
I hate that.
yeah. And so,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't have to pay anything exactly, but you know, now
Right.
now I get random texts from him.
That's becoming more and more of a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So I can see if I can find the URL that I where he was advertising them and post that in the YouTube comments.
Cool. So yeah, let's see. Jeff was chiming in. LUTs are a really powerful tool. Finding the right levels is a true craft, like a colorist in film.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, cool. Well, thank you, Kurt.
Yeah, thank you.
Always have something fun up your sleeve. So cool.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the next one. So yeah.
Yeah.
Ciao.
See you later.
So let's see. Next up is Peter. Hey, how's it going, Peter?
Good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, just realizing how much Sarah does in all this. Just kind of go on. Kind of, I'm her co-pilot. Pushing every button.
She couldn't make it back this time.
She unfortunately got COVID, and
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, so she's like at home trying to keep her fever under control right now. Yeah.
Did she have her shots?
I think so. Yeah, she did. Yeah, boosters. Yeah. So that's hopefully hopefully she recovers quickly.
Yeah, I just had a friend of mine who was on a bike tour up into the San Juans, got home and found he had COVID.
Oh wow.
And I don't know, it's starting to creep me out a little bit. I mean, I did a 1 month trip across country back in June and July.
Yeah.
And I was sort of, tempting fate, I guess, but I didn't wear a mask the whole time.
Okay.
And didn't get anything, and sort of, touch wood.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's coming back, so I think probably we'll have to resort to masks once again.
Could be.
I mean,
I notice there's always a few people in a crowd that have a mask on still, but usually, I mean, pretty much most people don't. Yeah, I've been lucky. I haven't really. Yeah, I just kind of naively assume I'm not going to get it. So, knock on wood, But yeah, my daughter Angela, who's here in Seattle, just 2 weeks ago she had it.
Wow.
And my landlady, she's in her 80s and cancer. She's had like chemo recently and stuff, and she just got it. It kind of hit her pretty hard, but she's fine now. She's got her energy back, and she's working hours in the garden again. But so it's, I guess it's more viral, like it's more contagious, but I feel like there's not the risk of death that there used to be. You know, that a lot of people were dying from it. You know, and
Well, they have all that other stuff that you can get shot up with that can fight it.
yeah. So what you got on tap for us?
Well, it's actually sort of a bridge within a bridge.
Okay.
I shot a bunch of most of the footage 2 years ago, because we had been talking about building a bridge over a pond. And I just had it in the archives. And then the story came up, and it turned out there was another bridge story related to the pond about the old bridge that disappeared. And so basically, this story bridges over about 30 years.
Huh.
And well,
so the bridge disappeared. So okay.
Play it and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Cool. All righty. I will. Let's see. Push all the buttons.
Sometime after the last ice age, there was a bridge here. At some point, just before its demise, a band and a guy with a 16mm Baloo showed up, and there was perhaps that 15 minutes of fame, anonymous fame, and then it was gone. A number of years later, when the summer had taken away the water, we decided to rebuild. It was another project in the time of plague, and a bit of a design problem to solve. In the end, I think the dogs appreciated it, even if they hadn't asked for it. What's going on, Homer? What are you doing?
Hey. All the buttons pushed. Wow, I love that. That's cool. Gotta say, you got great dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes better than others, but
so that's interesting. So there was the old footage was.
I actually stole that off the internet. They gave me a VHS cassette or cartridge or whatever VHS tape of the music video for Sky Cries Mary. The band actually came out here. There was actually just that one guy with the 16 millimeter camera. I don't remember his name. This was like 1991. And it was a 1-day shoot. Some of the, like maybe about a third of the actual music video was shot here.
Okay.
And a bunch of it was elsewhere. But it was cool. I mean, they wanted me to. You can kind of see it. There's a fire going in the background because they wanted more smoky, murky look to the whole scene. So we had a fire going behind the bridge. The fire in the film was burning all the debris. You have to have a fire in the film, you know.
Yeah, you have fires in a lot of your films, don't you?
Yeah. So, but it was, I don't know, it was interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a little like historic piece too. You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Seemed like it. Okay, so this was at the beginning of the pandemic. You put that bridge in.
It was the
The new one?
summer of 2020. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it was right before the pond started filling back up. So it would have been probably September, October of 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, and the original bridge, which wasn't in that place, it was south of where the new bridge is. That probably fell down in the mid 90s. But
Just rotted.
Yeah, I mean it was completely. It was a couple of logs that were the main support pieces, and then untreated planking. So it just all kind of dissolved after a point.
Fell apart. Yeah. So, a couple questions about the band. So you said Sky Cries Mary?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a pretty well-known local band.
Yeah, my girlfriend at the time had a friend in LA who was a producer, and they were looking for places to shoot stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the guy that was the cinematographer, I think he was from like Fox Island or something. He was
Okay.
local. But yeah, I mean, they just showed up with a van of stuff. They had that door that he floated around on, and they set the door up in the woods as kind of this, door to nowhere kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was sort of a really tangential connection to the group, but it was kind of cool.
Cool. Well,
the still photographs are stuff that I shot of everything going on, and the film from the actual video, I just ran the video on my computer and filmed it off the screen.
Okay.
So I consider it fair use.
Sure. Yeah, no, it is actually
Part of telling the story.
It is. It's documentary. Like,
I mean, I would suspect that if I had to go back and talk to them, they'd probably let me do it.
They probably would, but even still, you'd probably win a court case if they tried to, because I think it's a legit fair use piece.
Yeah.
As a documentary. Yeah, well, that's a cool example of how Minute Movies inspired this film that was like just sitting there in your archives, just waiting to be made.
Yeah.
You know, for years.
What can I dig out that I don't have to shoot anything for?
Perfect.
But it was actually a perfect topic too.
Yeah, yeah. So Charlie's curious: is that pond typically full of water?
When I first moved out here, this is sort of a climate change thing. But when I first moved out here, that pond stayed full all summer.
Okay.
It was dug before I got here. A couple of years before I got here, it was a low area in the property. It was kind of a boggy area.
Okay.
And they just scooped it out. And that pond was actually the source of water for my nursery, which was going at the time. There was a pipe that went down into the lowest part of the pond and a pump in the greenhouse, and that supplied the water for the nursery. Probably in the last 7 or 8 years, the pond has gone completely dry in the summer, which didn't happen 30 years ago. So, I mean, part of it is climate change.
Is that aquifer too? Maybe like other people.
Getting
wells?
into the aquifer on Vashon is really hard.
Oh, okay.
Because because Vashon is basically a glacial deposit. There's no one gigantic aquifer. It's all pockets all over the place. It was laid down in layers as the glaciers melted and stuff. And it's one of the great mysteries of Vashon is the old time guys who dig wells and stuff out here have a pretty good handle on where a lot of the water pockets are.
Do they use dowsing?
Pardon?
Do they use dowsing?
A friend of mine gave me some dowsing rods, and it's really creepy because it does work.
Does it work? Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's more experience in drilling in certain areas and knowing the island.
Yeah.
And having had sort of
dowsing is interesting. I mean, because if you call up any plumber or water guy, people looking for pipes or anything, these guys that have been doing it forever, they always pull out their dowsing rods.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, it does work.
It works.
It does work.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. Well, thank you, Peter.
Sure.
It's always good to have you back. You're the oldest of the OG. You're like
the old timer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but legitimately, you were in the first screening we ever had. Blue was the first.
Right.
First word. Yeah. So, yeah, good to see you. For sure.
Well, I hope Sarah's recovered by the next time around. So.
I know so do we all. Yeah.
Maybe between now and then I'll get my Omicron variant shot. We'll see.
Yeah. How many different variants of boosters do they have now?
Just one. I just want one.
Yeah.
And go back to my mask. I mean, I didn't get a cold for like 2 years with wearing that mask.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't had I just don't haven't gotten sick I just don't like for that. I don't get flu shots. I don't get the flu. I mean,
I don't get flu shots.
um,
They creep me out, and I don't know, the COVID thing. I sort of gave a pass on because I just it seemed to be really extreme, and
yeah,
so I
it hits
will,
people hard.
yeah.
I've heard it's the worst, illness that people have ever had. Worse than flu and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for the well wishes for Sarah.
Sure.
I don't know. And um, speaking of Sarah, let's see. She just texted me. She said she tried to watch a little bit, but she's turning in. So good night, Sarah. You shall catch some a little bit later. So, all right, Peter. Good to see you.
Yep.
Yeah. So next up, Warner. Warner is in the house. Oh, keep hitting that. Okay, getting it figured out. There we go. How's it going, man?
Good, thanks, man. I was just making sure, checking my audio. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
All right. So yeah, great to see some of the old school crew on the call.
Yeah.
And a shout out to Jason, who actually managed our immersive VR lab at Stiff. A few years back, sort of in some of the last couple of years that we ran that operation. So just want to do a shout out there.
Yeah, that was
very
pretty cool. That was fun stuff.
Very cool what we put together in the back there. Jason really had a hand in that, a major hand, in fact, assembled it. So holler.
Yeah.
Cool. And so great to be back in action here, and good to see you guys tonight. So as for Jimmy, I'll make it brief. As far as the theme, I kind of used it kind of more as a background, but this was a fun excuse for us to do a news trip and kind of do a travel segment. So this is less about the Jimmy character arc, if you will, and it's another kind of another news report, just taking advantage of some pretty legit footage and some B-roll. And then at the very end, it'll be interesting if people catch this. I did insert a small personal component because I was on a trip visiting my dad, and so who's long since retired, of course. But so this takes us to that village, and I kind of tried to take advantage of the Jimmy storyline as the way to bring it to the audience, I guess. So, thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll get it rolling here.
Let's roll footage. I'm Jimmy Buktonsky, and our lifestyle segment, a quaint summer Basque village, beach town, on the southwest edge of France. We'll take you there. But first, a word from the Bompler State Local Health County Department.
After discovering 2 cases of diaper pox across the entire county, keep your distances and do not go outside.
And to the southwest Basque Country, here we go.
At the end of the jetty here, we'll notice a walking bridge from which people get transported across the other end of the bay to a town called Ciboure. We're in Saint-Jean-de-Luz. This is Jimmy Buktonsky with News 9. Out here you'll see additional jetties, which makes this bay ideal for swimming and being kept from
We go
seaweed
straight
and
ahead to
other debris.
that shower to get that sand off our feet and before putting our t-shirts on. Then we'd walk up this hill along that pathway up to the hotel.
and Dad would get back to work.
See if they say that on the station itinerary. Tomorrow on Market Beat, a watch at cryptos and the latest altcoin flop blowing. Jimmy B. Jimmy B's getting serious this time, but it's fun for everyone to see the coastline. So
Nice. That was good. Yeah. A little bit of skin. Show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a little bit of athletics action there. I had the towel
Yeah.
draped over, but it was kind of a cool walking bridge, and I thought I could kind of position that. And the bay is actually pretty quaint. It's kind of legit in the sense that it blocks off all the seaweed and muck from the rest of the ocean. So it's a good swimming area. And it's just basically north of Spain. So somewhat of a geographical mission here that Jimmy takes through which Jimmy takes us. And I thought it was kind of just a fun way to take advantage of the footage. So
cool.
And Monsieur Charlie, just to jump in here because I saw it. This was Saint-Jean-de-Luz. This is the Saint-Jean-de-Luz sort of main beach there, Monsieur Charlie, right on the Basque Coast.
Oh wow!
And my father ran like a restaurant hotel there for, probably 25 years or so. So that's the context at the end because we'd kind of come down on his lunch break and then we'd walk back up, back to work, so to speak. So. Kind of a fun look at the coast there.
So I was like trying to catch your credit roll at the end. That's always fun to watch. Kluglies.
Yeah, sometimes there's some Polish Chicago infused, Bajanskis and Polskis and Butanskis and Bucktownskis. So yes, there's a little bit of a theme there if you look at the actual names of these deviant characters. The Bompler State Health County Department. And full disclosure, I fully get that, the COVID is a thing. This is more poking at sort of the way in which some of the media and the government has been acting, if you will, just for what it's worth.
Yeah.
As a disclosure.
Diaper pox? Is that?
I went with diaper pox. Because at least in Illinois, I think there was maybe one case and they elevated one of the codes. It's just, I think a little bit of it is posturing and related to other things that are outside of my pay scale. Yeah, but I think we can all agree on that, regardless of, again, where we fall personally. And again, this is full disclosure that I acknowledge it. I had it myself. I was sick. I had a fever as well. So.
Okay.
But I try to weave that in where I can because I feel like it's kind of a sign of the times, if you will.
So Jason's giving you kudos on the green screen.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, of course he would. Yeah, he would notice that. In full disclosure, as another one goes, I was actually positioning an actual real-time space in my living room with some B-roll in the background and some lighting. So it was somewhat old school, if you will. But so hopefully I'll bring you some more Jimmys, and we'll see if we can. I might work on another kind of increment of him, and maybe some more of his personal, the personal tolls and things behind.
So it seems like he's doing better. He had some rough go for a little while there, didn't he?
He had some benders. And I kind of started. Yeah,
it was affecting his work life.
A little bit. We had some in the earlier phases, we saw him kind of lose it, on the B-roll. And what's always interested me is always, behind the scenes. And so we started out some of those first installments of showing him kind of unravel. And then we took it to his home life. And let's just say that he was kind of doing some benders there. And but I'm kind of taking my time with the character and also using it as a chance to highlight other things that are going on in the world. And so it's an evolving storyline. But Jimmy keeps me busy. So Yeah.
Cool.
I like sharing it. So thanks, everybody.
Right on. Okay, so we got Charlie up next, and then Jeff, and then Dan. So, cool. So,
Hello,
Charlie.
everybody.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. Thanks. Nice to be a week later, but good to be there.
Yeah, a week later. Well, I still, yeah, I was trying to solve the audio thing. I was like working on that. It's some buried little mute button buried in multiple menus deep into my like.
And you've got a
settings.
voice. That's nice. You've got a voice.
I've got a voice. Yeah, it was like I was all just.
You're not a mime.
I'm not a mime.
No.
No, I'm not a mime.
So,
leave that to you, or you probably know some people who could have pulled it off.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
This one, it looks like a lot of archive things.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, everybody has a few archive, and I did the same thing. I use the archive thing footage that I mix with something with today, and because it was for a special event, I did a documentary kind of. It was interesting, nice event, and the final product was much longer, so I had made it shorter, and because there was some interview and things like this, but made a little story of that, and it was kind of a nice to participate, and it's really a typical Seattle event, I would say. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So should we watch it then?
Yeah, it'd be good.
Excellent. Okay. We'll roll. Cool. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a reunion of a light designer, and they wanted to show what they capable with one of the iconic personality of Seattle, what they could do with it. It was it just won for one night and then it disappeared completely. But it was nice to see it and what they could do with it. And they were from different company, but they get together and put this event.
So was that your footage that you shot?
Yeah, that's all my footage. Yeah.
So when was that happened?
That was quite a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to say much, but I'm getting old. So I forget the dates.
Okay.
No, it was a nice event. There was a lot of people but no, they didn't, how you say, advertise or things like this. It just was only for pleasure between them. It was really nice.
So, did you get permission? Was that gorilla?
I don't know if we get the permission.
Just kind of did it, huh?
Yeah, we did it, and it was
that's cool.
One night. I mean,
so for somebody who might be watching this and doesn't know what that sculpture was, what can you say about the troll?
The troll is a kind of interesting because he's there, but he's not there, kind of, and you have to really to find it. People doesn't really know. He's a sort of a almost like a Bigfoot, you never see it, but he's there, he exists. And then when you find it, oh yeah, and especially I like this little bug that he's holding. He's holding a bug.
A bug.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but there's a bug there in the statue. Kind of say no, you don't go there. So that was and it really under the bridge, and it's really at the end of the bridge, the 99 bridge, kind of. Mm-hmm. So it's a figure of Seattle, kind of it's part of the tourist kind of. You have to go to. You must
check it out.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I was hoping after I said, oh, maybe they should think about it because it was nice the way they light it. They could have done something like this. I mean, permanently would have been nice.
Oh, okay.
But it didn't turn out this way now, because in the night it's a little bit dark. In the night, we don't really see it.
It is dark at night. Yeah. But, yeah, the troll is like the beloved troll under the Aurora Bridge. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, Jeff's like great lighting. Yeah, it turned out really good. Yeah, the lighting was fun. Cool setting under the bridge there, and
they were all testing new stuff, and new light, and that was what it makes interesting. They didn't know themselves what the result would be, So that's why they talk together. Oh, we're gonna do that. We're gonna try this. It's kind of. It was
I
really,
like the lights up in the nose. That was fun.
Yeah.
Had to do it, huh? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Well, cool. I'm glad. Again, pulling footage out of the archives, that inspired by minute movies.
Yeah. I'm glad I was not the only one. I was afraid, I'm going to be the only one who's got archive, but a few of the tonight's minute movie.
Right on. Okay. Well, thank you.
Oh, thanks to be part of it. We enjoy always every month.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to talk to you.
Okay.
So Jeff.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. We're in our new house, all retired, so many changes since the last time I submitted a film. So
yeah.
Out
on the kids app?
Actually, we're in Jefferson County, just north of the Hood Canal Bridge on the Olympic Peninsula side. So we can see Kitsap from here.
All right. Okay. So you have a nice view then.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
Cool.
We're
good.
very fortunate. So.
Yeah, happy for you.
And the piece I submitted, sort of, those who know the area will recognize, but more about how a just changes in life and how you get from here to there on changes. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that?
I think that's it, and there is no archival footage in it. This is all newly shot.
Newly shot.
Newly
okay.
shot. Yes.
Right on.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's see. We will roll.
Bridges span.
Here to there.
What is?
To what will be.
Skies clear. Road open.
Inviting.
Encouraging. Crossing confident. Rainfall. Decking slick.
Vision obscured by clouds.
Odyssey uncertain.
Doubt yields.
Is.
Now was.
There becomes here.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Good piece. Directed by Nosebone the Thinker.
Yeah. We're just gonna use that convention.
Yeah. That was fun. I like how it same shots, in different conditions, different situations.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, I went into it doing a couple of things. I did want to, in my head, I had that shot of changing things on the bridge and trying to make it, when I could match up to the place on the bridge, or other times just be very obvious this is a very different part. And so I think it worked sometimes it wasn't as, if I had another, more shooting to do, but I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it worked out. And then I liked the poem. That was
it was fun. I one of the other challenges was I set myself, as I kept paring down words in the drafts, I decided I wasn't going to use the word the. And so I had to work around that.
A little rule that you made for yourself.
Yeah. So I think that probably might be something I repeat in those kind of, I'm not sure how to describe in pieces, but just kind of something I can try new things out around script. That one was fun to do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I liked how it overlaid you overlaid the audio with who was the other voice?
That was my wife, Lori.
Okay.
And we each did the script tracked a couple times. Then we did it once together. I count us in 1, 3, 2, 1. We do the line. And a good Mark Carlin, who I use a lot of his music. I sent him mix, and he told me, "Oh, you got too much going on. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back." So yeah, so that was also part of the process of paring it down.
Okay. I think you did a good job because it was.
I did exactly what Mark told me to do.
I could see how it could have been too much, but it wasn't. The way how you had it, it turned out really, I think, a pleasant effect of overlay.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm glad because that's one of the things I had in my head. So I think that works.
Yeah.
So.
Because it kind of played with the transitions, because like you were transitioning, you had the same thing going on with the bridge, but you transitioned to different shots, right? And then similarly with the voice, that you were kind of overlaying and transitioning with the words, and I think it worked really nice.
Thank you.
In combination like that, yeah. Cool.
1.5, and I was just really glad the actual shot worked out so well. I was fortunate to be able to get the matching part of it when I really wanted it to match per frame. I'm almost a couple of times I'm really almost perfect. So
that was rad. Yeah, awesome. That's actually an effect that I've thought about doing myself before.
Well, I found a way to cheat because I shoot it in 4K, but the format I'm submitting here is essentially half that size.
Okay.
So I have extra space around that's outside the frame of what we're seeing right now, so I can
squeeze it in, make it match.
Just shift it over enough that on a quick cut it matches to the eye. So
nice.
I've decided also to always shoot in 4K because that gives me room to make up for my sloppy camera work. But yeah, it was very satisfying on several levels.
Cool. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Gonna bring Delightful Dan in next. Oh.
Hey.
Hey. How are you doing?
Well, I'm out of town. I'm in Helena, Montana. I'm on vacation for a while.
Okay. In Helena. Big
Yeah.
sky.
Yeah, big sky country.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to live here for a few years back in 14 through 18. Then I moved back because winters are just too cold. But I have family, my sisters and friends to visit, so I have taken extended vacation because I'm retired. I can do that.
Nice.
And therefore, this film I made was extremely short. So because I just couldn't think of a good movie, so I'm in vacation mode. So I just made a little joke of it and 16 seconds. That's all it is.
Is that right? Okay.
And the first one, I screwed up. The first one came out weird. So I just recently uploaded a better version. I don't know if you got that.
Oh, okay. Didn't get that. So
yeah. I also put my YouTube link.
Okay. Is that just clue me in? Is that super important, or if we watch the original version and then
Well,
maybe
the
I can?
original was it is way too big, kind of blown up. It somehow it came out in 360 view, and
Oh,
it's extremely shorter than the full version.
okay.
I don't know. You can try it and
Well,
see if you
that's
can.
what's queued up is the
Yeah,
original one. So,
yeah,
um, and then so all right, and it's only 15 seconds, so
16. Yeah,
16. Okay.
yeah. But the one that you got is much shorter than that. So it didn't really say a whole lot. It just all you could see is the credits. Big is blown up version of the credits. It's kind of weird, but
So okay, so let's see. When did you s- submit that then? Tonight?
just maybe half hour ago.
Oh, okay. So let me hang on, let me pull it down. And queue it up. Let me just take me a second. I'll get it.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So the one I had was from this morning, queued up, but
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about the screw up there.
that's
But
okay.
I just discovered it during the show here, and
Got it.
I even uploaded it on YouTube, and it was the wrong format. So I uploaded a smaller version.
Okay.
In
Well, I believe I got it dialed in. So
okay.
Cool, cool. Should we roll it and see if I got it right?
Yeah. See what happens.
Okay. Let me see. Gotta push all the buttons. All right.
Mm.
See you on the other side.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I didn't get it dialed in, so maybe let's see. Try it again. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. So many buttons to push. Oh, sorry, I had you muted, Dan. All right. So, all right. I got something going on. Let me rewind it. It was playing on my screen. So many buttons to push.
Yes. Decisions.
All right. Okay. Let's see if it rolls this time. We'll give it another shot.
the blow up version.
That was the blown up version. Okay.
Yeah. So
that was.
Anyway,
It did look very blown up for sure.
Yes. Yes.
So let's see. That's the one I just. Oh shit. Let's see. 802. Oh. All right. Let me get rid of that one. And all right.
Yes.
Where am I at? Okay.
One thing.
So is the other one, the new one is also.
The new one is you can see everything. It's
You can see
condensed
everything.
down
All right.
to regular view.
And it's only 16 seconds. So
Yeah.
apologize for that. I grabbed. I
Well,
thought
it's my fault. I should have known as soon as I submitted or before I submitted that I should have played that back and made sure. I don't know what happened. It was a different format.
It happened. It
larger.
happens all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
I noticed that I didn't fix my credits on my intro.
Yeah, well, we
But,
all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. Making mistakes and fixing mistakes. And
Yes.
all right. So well, we'll give you a pass, and I will. Yeah. I mean, if you had like made a 3-minute film, I might not play it again. But
Yeah.
since it's only 15 seconds, how about if we give it one more try?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just tell you what it was about.
Okay.
Besides the credits, I said, how did the chicken cross the river? A magical bridge. And the bridge just appears,
Oh, okay. That's what the all right. I swear I got the right one, but maybe I goofed again. But
yeah, it's I just uploaded it about a half hour ago or so.
yeah, because this is
You got
the
the original one. Oh well. Maybe next month he could show it if he figured it out.
yeah, but I swear this is the one that I just got. That's in my that I just downloaded.
Well, I gave you the link to it on my YouTube channel.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, this is the one that came into the Dropbox at 6:30. The one
Tonight?
that tonight. Yeah, the one that you uploaded uploaded to the source system on Dropbox. So, yeah. Anyway, So that's that's the one that we just got from you.
That's weird. Because I did play it and came out all right. But, oh well.
So maybe you did what I did originally, which is thought you grabbed the new one and uploaded it, but you uploaded the old one again. Maybe try uploading it again. You know, like and so we're gonna run through all the films again, and
okay.
And then we'll pull the theme at the end of the evening, the end of the run. But
yeah, I'll go back and check it out.
Yeah, so Jason was like, so what did you use to shoot and edit that with?
Shoot and end.
Yeah, what did you edit with? What
edit what program?
Yeah.
Coral Studio.
Oh, okay. Corel. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Video Studio.
Yeah.
That's the one I've been using for a while now.
So Jason, was he's like, it would look good with a 3D headset on.
3D, yeah, exactly. That's what it's for. I was looking for, maybe I checked the 3D button by accident and I couldn't find it to remove it. So
interesting.
I don't know. I'll go look again and see if I can repost the correct one.
Yeah, because that's the one that I got, like the one that you uploaded at 6:30. So anyway, things that technology, man, it's like, so there's all these virtual buttons that are like all over the place. That it's amazing we can get this as far as we do. I'm always impressed.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and it's always fun to see your work too. The lighthearted humor, not taking ourselves very seriously here.
Yeah,
because why do that?
Yeah, why be serious? That's
God, what the heck? This is serious business. Being ridiculous is serious.
Why did you make it?
Just ask Charlie. Charlie knows all about that.
Yeah, right.
That's his business.
Yes.
For real.
Okay, for real. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Dan.
It's
always a delight.
Always a delight. Yes, it's always delightful to be here and to see you all.
Thank you. Yeah. All righty. Well, ciao. And if you upload that, maybe I can show the real one.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Cool. All righty.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. And we made it through yet another set of amazing films by our mostly local, just Warner's, hailing from Chicago area. And yeah, another good set of films. So what I'm going to do is roll through all of them again. And if Dan can get his uploaded by then, we'll see his real one. And then we'll see him in the correct order this time. And then at the end, I will roll into the next prompt for the next month. So, all righty. So it's good to see everybody. Thanks for joining in. And see you on the backside of this great set of films.
Bridge. So there's bridges here in Seattle.
Yeah,
we just went over
Seattle
several.
Bridge.
Oh my God! Thank God it's open.
We are very excited to be back. It's been a long time coming.
Oh my gosh, it's about time. Yeah. We like that.
Makes us feel a lot more connected now than we were before.
Anything that can bridge you with another person is a good thing. So I would say bridges are fun to be on, fun to look at. So positive.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Freedom. Yeah.
being a bridge between worlds, being like bridge between East and West, bridge between generations.
Friends, yeah. Being able to go see people that we haven't been able to see.
Oftentimes people act as bridges for others.
Yeah, no, I'm happy it's open. It's been a long time coming.
It's a good thing. Bridges seem like a good thing to me.
You can get so focused on trying to get other people across that you yourself forget that you have to learn the lesson too, and you have to go to the other side of the bridge.
I'll probably still go the old way, west marginal. Now that all the other people on the bridge, I'll have it to myself.
It's been over 6 centuries since we left our home on ancient Earth. It hasn't been easy, but we've achieved the incredible with determination, ingenuity, and embracing a set of enlightened values. Fundamental, practical values like equity and justice for everyone, love of curiosity and expression, and most of all, the center of diversity in all its forms is a pillar of interstellar society. But a new storm has rolled across our skies, and we'll need those values more than ever. A storm in the form of a despotic interstellar aggressor, with a self-appointed God King at its throne. I'm talking, of course, about the simplicity, ruled by an ancient enemy of humanity from old Earth's past, known then as the A algorithm, but now calling itself, himself, the Eternal. Just what is the simplicity, as conceived by its founders, and as it has turned out in practice?
Well, look who I caught exposing themselves to contraband. You just hold still while Bob Alpha purges the infection from your mind. Look into the box. Hail the Eternal.
We've been preparing for Medusa for nearly 3 years now, and need I remind you, this is not the first man we've lost to it. Failure to continue would not only put to waste all of our efforts and sacrifices, but would also set us back by a decade, at least.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Any chance of Medusa's success was killed with Mr. Rook. To even suggesting that you could just replace him, you have to assume that the operation's been hopelessly compromised.
Mr. Knight
I don't care what Mr. Knight knows or doesn't know. It doesn't
Mr.
matter.
Knight
Are you
is
listening? He doesn't
fully
have the
capable
Are you listening to me? He doesn't have the relationship necessary with the contact.
I know
It
what
took
you're
them
saying,
over a year to
but a
build that
contact at this
relationship. A
point
year.
can't back
You can't
away.
just throw someone else
He's gotta
in
work
and
with
expect it to
whomever we
work.
tell him
It's
to.
insane.
And about the operation being hopelessly compromised.
Spencer, I'm going to need you to call Mr. Bridge. Of course.
Sometime after the last ice age, there was a bridge here. At some point, just before its demise, a band and a guy with a 16mm Bellew showed up, and there was perhaps that 15 minutes of fame, anonymous fame, and then it was gone. A number of years later, when the summer had taken away the water, we decided to rebuild. It was another project in the time of plague, and a bit of a design problem to solve. In the end, I think the dogs appreciated it, even if they hadn't asked for it. What's going on, Homer? What are you doing?
Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Jimmy Buktonsky, and our lifestyle segment, a quaint summer Basque village beach town on the southwest edge of France, will take you there. But first, a word from the Bompler State Local Health County Department.
After discovering 2 cases of diaper pox across the entire county, keep your distances and do not go outside.
And to the southwest Basque Country, here we go.
At the end of the Jetée here, we'll notice a walking bridge from which people get transported across the other end of the bay to a town called Ciboure. We're in Saint-Jean-de-Luz. This is Jimmy Buktonsky with Newsmax. Out here you'll see additional jetties, which makes this bay ideal for swimming and being kept from
We go up straight ahead to that shower to get that sand off our feet and before putting our t-shirts on. Then we'd walk up this hill along that pathway up to the hotel, and Dad would get back to work.
See, they saved that on the station itinerary. Tomorrow on Market Beat, a watch at Kirko's and the latest altcoin flop blowing.
Bridges span.
Here to there,
What is?
to what will be.
Skies clear, road open,
inviting,
encouraging, crossing confident. Rainfall, decking slick,
vision obscured by
clouds,
odyssey,
odyssey uncertain.
doubt yields,
Is,
now was,
there becomes here.
Hello. Okay, so I guess we didn't quite get the new film of Dan's uploaded, so we still saw the bigger than life, bigger than big screen. So now is the moment that everybody's been waiting for. That we do this at the end, so that everybody has to like sit through and watch everything, so that we can like do what we really want to do. Is like have like, hey, what's the next motivator for the next film we're gonna do? So I'm gonna bring up my trusty skateboard. And I have a longboard, and I was skating with my daughter Angela yesterday. We went down to Alki Beach. It seems like Indian summer right now. It's like in the 80s. Beautiful, sunny Alki Beach. Wonderful, great skateboarding. Should make it down there if you can. Anyway, here we go. Do what I do, and let's see. Give it a spin. Huh. Well, on that note, looks like we have a word for next month. Notes. Gonna jot some notes and place some notes and take note of what we shall see. And I like that. I like that. It's a musical word. So ciao. So normally Sarah and I would do a little banter, but I don't know what to say other than make a minute movie, and I'll have to join in the fray, and I hope to see some really good work and have a really good set of films in October. And yeah, cool. Welcome to the fall season of Minute Movies. And on that note, good night.